This is a production of the Must-See TV Broadcast Network, like ShareJoin. And follow us for all the latest updates. Like what you see, then throw those stars and show your support. And don't be shy, subscribe to the Caveman. He won't bite. And if you're watching us right now on YouTube, then you already know what to do. Smash that like and subscribe button. Even one view can prevent one puppy from being shaven. A big fist pump goes to Donna, AI, and Music Mint for the incredible music that is in this episode. All rights belong to Christopher Michael Egerhos, a.k.a. the Caveman. So if he's ready, and if you're ready, then let's kick this show off. Growl, growl.
Lights up on the screen, it's time to see 5 days a week, we're where you wanna be.
Okay, yeah.
Exclusive shows and reels, we got the vibe.
Yeah, exactly. I always run into that because people will say, "Oh, is it 1L or 2?" And I say, "Well, technically it's 2, but it's 1L is the answer there."
Laughter twists and turns within every move. Must see TV's the place to catch it all. Epic moments, big and small, give us a call.
Okay.
Oh, you know it's must see TV come alive. Every day we light the way on Facebook Live. Catch the magic, hear the roar, feel the beat. Must see TV, the place where worlds meet. Jump right in, the fun's about to start. Bringing shows and stories straight to your heart. With every post and every share, we're free. Gotta get that fix of must-see TV. Round and round, don't let this moment fade. Together on this ride, the best we've ever made. Get the popcorn ready, it's your time to shine. Must-see TV will keep you feeling fine. Oh, you know it's must-see TV come alive. Every day we light the way on Facebook Live. Catch the magic, hear the roar, feel the beat. Must-see TV, the place where worlds meet. Oh, you know it's must-see TV come alive. Every day we light the way on Facebook Live. Catch the magic, hear the roar, feel the beat. Must-see TV, the place where worlds meet.
Lily, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a brand new episode of The Page. Redemption. It's all about the redemption this year, or the attempt. That's attempt. And I think she's doing a very good job. Depending. I think she's doing a bang-up job, as always. And here she is now. I'm going to summon her like a mythical beast. All right. I present the wonderful, the talented, the mystical, the magical, the awesome, the heavenly, the majestic, the graceful, graceful Lily B. Little Bowman. How's it going, LB?
I love that you think that I'm graceful. It's so wrong, but I appreciate it.
So on this episode, we're taking a look at VE Schwab A darker shade of magic. Ooh. So, for those of you that want to know all about, well, I guess, I mean, the video has been deleted by now, but,
Yes.
God damn it, Facebook.
I know.
just want to strangle you. We're still getting views from that, too. Anyway, here's Lily Bowman, just to give us, like, LB, you don't have to go and give the diatribe again, but just give us some bullet points, and then we'll jump into the book. I think that's fair.
Okay, fair enough. I do have all my notes ready because I realized when I was looking back in my notes that it's been at least a year or two since we've done VE Schwab before. We covered Vicious by VE Schwab earlier. And we will be covering A Darker Shade of Magic today. So VE Schwab is Victoria Elizabeth Schwab, who was born July 7th, 1987 in California. She was raised in Tennessee, and she now lives between Colorado and Edinburgh. So something interesting. She originally went to school for astrophysics, but then actually ended up with a undergraduate in book design, which is like, how do you jump from one to the other? Okay. At Washington University in St. Louis, or St. Louis rather. And then she did her master's in depictions of monstrosity in medieval art at the University of Edinburgh. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now, she's got a lot of books.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And generally, when someone's got this many books, I kind of round it up in like
She
the
has
top
50 million.
hitters. 50 million books, no.
Yeah, no.
But something that I did think that was really sweet, though, was that, like, she's got a writing schedule, and she's just like, my biggest fear is, like, not living long enough to write all the stories that I want to write, which I think is just so sweet.
Yeah, it's
like,
precious.
she's just got all these stories inside her. So that's fantastic. She got her first publication with Disney, of all people, before she even graduated in 2011. And that was her debut novel, which was The Near Witch. She has since been publishing, oh my gosh, let's see. So 2013, she wrote Vicious, which is what we covered. In 2012, she wrote the sequel to The Near Witch. 2013, 2014, she's writing, like, I want to say 4 or 5 books a year. And then 2013, she's writing, 2015 through to 2020, she's writing 2 to 3 books a year. Within that, she also wrote The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which is where you might know her from as well. She wrote that in 2020. It was widely acclaimed in 2018, and in 2022 she won the Goodreads Choice Award for Vengeful and Gallant. And she does have a new book coming out, because of course she does, in 2025, which is Bury Our Bones in Midnight Soil, which sounds so cool, and I will definitely be reading that later.
Me too.
Right? She hosts a podcast called No Right Way with VE Schwab, and she also was writing for a TV show for Netflix which first aired in 2022, which is called First Kill, which is based off of one of her novellas in a collection of the same title. I think that is everything outside of the most important fact, of course, that she has 2 cats.
Aww.
Thomas and Chauncey, and a dog called Riley.
Aww.
And that is everything that you
Are
need
they
to
all
know.
friends? Are they all the cats and dogs are friends? Did you find that
You know
out?
what? So she did post that she posts them a lot on her story. So of course stories are only 24 hours, and she didn't post anything with her dog and her cat in the times that I was checking. So I don't know if they do get along, but I'd like to think they do.
Yeah, and they all snuggle up together. Aww.
Yeah. So that is VE Schwab. We did do her before, and I'm excited to get into this book, because it is one of the books that whenever I mention Schwab, because we did Vicious first, and a lot of people don't read that first. A lot of people have either read A Darker Shade of Magic first, or they've read An Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
Oh, Vicious was
so
just...
I was interested.
I think we... Did we both recommend Vicious? I think we did.
We did. We
Okay,
definitely
good,
recommended
yeah,
Vicious.
good.
It was a really good hit for us, which is why I returned to the author. Normally, if we have a do not recommend, I do not return to
No,
that author.
no.
They get struck from my list, with very few exceptions. So, okay. Speaking of recommending and not recommending, what was your first sort of thoughts about this book?
So, first of all, I think that LB forgot about this. It's not available in North America for the audio version. So I probably spent around $90 before discovering that fact.
Oh my god.
I know, but it's fine. It's fine. It's okay.
So I will say, something must have changed, because I do my list every single year. I do it at the beginning of the year, and I do it with all the details that I need. I do it with the author's information, and I do it with the very specific North American Audible link
Yeah.
on the actual
Yeah.
document that I have. For the both of us, I mainly reference it, though, because your reader doesn't like all the links and information that I put in there.
No.
But I went to that link that I had in there that was working in January, and I opened it, and it was not working. So something clearly has gone on.
Just probably right.
Just to cover
Yeah.
my ass.
Okay,
But
all right.
I should have checked beforehand, and that is on me.
But, I was able to get it on YouTube for free.
Which is amazing that you managed to, get it on YouTube of all places.
Yeah, it's...
I didn't know YouTube had a huge, audiobook place.
So it didn't, but all I had to do is the author, and then the book is probably right around 9 hours in total. It's
Okay.
right. So, but anyway, I like the concept. Like the 4 Londons is really really interesting to me. It's really interesting, right? So you have the Grey London, which is our London. You have the Red London.
Yeah.
You have the White London, and then you have the Black London. And it's a whole multiversal type of deal. And
Yeah.
I like that premise. I really thought it was quite interesting. And I was excited to learn more. So
That's a great first impression.
yeah, that's great. That's great. It's great.
Both of us not crying.
That's Albert. It's but yeah. So LB, what are your first impressions?
So, okay, I was actually a little hesitant. I'm not gonna lie. The past, month, 2 months has been crazy freaking hectic for me. I mean,
Us too.
we've had to reschedule this, that, and the next thing. It was technical difficulties, can't do it today, whatever. It's okay, how about in 3 weeks? Because that's the next
Yeah.
evening I have available.
Yeah.
It's so it's been crazy. So I do have all of these books picked out, but I also have an ongoing TBR that is not necessarily vetted with all the information, all the sort of stuff, but I do have that sometimes to pull from if coming up to a book I'm like, you know what, I'm not feeling it. So this book was in the list that I had vetted and everything like that beforehand. And I hadn't done it yet because I wasn't entirely sure about it. I knew the author, and I knew I really enjoyed her work beforehand. So that was a point for me. But I wasn't too sure how well the different, worlds would work. Because I know for you, alternate realities are okay, but, time travel is not, right?
I don't like past tense stories. That's all.
Yes,
That's
and generally
the
with
biggest,
time travel, there is that
Yeah.
in there. So I wasn't sure. I was excited because it seemed like a new thing. It seemed like, okay, we've done some other stuff. I do like to try and throw in different types of fantasy. I don't like to be reading the same thing over and over again.
Yes.
It allows us to have a bit more reach with our stories. So I was excited, but I was a little apprehensive, I'm not going to lie. On that note, what was your first check mark?
Oh, you suck.
You'll be able to bounce off some of mine, don't worry. Would you like me to start?
No, I have positives.
Okay.
Me calculating my brain in real time. All right, so
Do
my
you?
first positive is the Londons. I like all the Londons. I like what they do. I like each London is like a character. Like the gray London, it has no magic. The red London has all the magic. The white London just wants power. And the black London, I really loved all that stuff. And all the details I managed to scrape from this book. That's negative. But that's my first positive. That's my...
Okay.
And so I'm going to bounce it over to you.
Yeah, I mean, like, going off of that, what I really liked about the Red London was the Thames, how it had, like, this glowing red life to it, and that just seemed like so much not what I've seen in other stuff before. I thought that was really cool. I thought there was definitely aspects of the world that I really liked. I liked that each world...
You're calculating in real time just like me.
I'm not. Okay. First check mark. Concept of magic, balance/control/will. I'm just trying to talk.
Okay,
all
right. Okay.
I'm prepared. Thank you very much.
I am prepared.
You just didn't like the book.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Sorry, we're not there yet.
Okay.
So how I liked how each of the worlds was like how it formed around its relationship to the magic, because the magic is the same throughout each world, but the way that the world was built was how its relationship to it, right? Like we have, specifically when we're talking about Red London versus White London, with the like control versus balance, and how that sort of seeped into the world and how that was built. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was like, I mean, when I tell people how to write, or like when I give advice on writing, it's sort of like, okay, well, think about a core element of how your world works.
Yes.
And then from that, how does everything else work around that because of that core element?
Yes.
So I thought that was a really good aspect of the story, personally.
My second positive is the main character. Not the main character, but we're able to view the Londons through his perspective, and that's how we learn about the world. And I really like that. It's like kind of like a first-person kind of camera going from one London to the other London. I'm like, okay, this is how this London works. This is how that London... Oh, it's kind of cool. I did that. I really liked that. I really enjoyed that. So that would be my next positive.
Okay. My next positive is the cloak that he has.
Yes.
Quite specific. I know it's like very specific to like one aspect of the story, but I thought that was such a cool concept. I love it. I love fashion. I love like
It's
cool
kind of like a
prop type
Constantine
things.
type of thing, right? Where like it's
Yeah, a
in
little
some
bit,
movies
but it's like,
he
okay,
has his
he needs
trench
this
coat.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was so cool, and he's just he's hella slick with it too, right?
Yes.
Like this is the first thing that we get told about in the story. Is literally we begin with the coat, and it's just like he sort of takes it off and gives it a flick around and puts it back on. It's a whole new him. I thought it was so cool. I thought it was like it added a lot to the plot as well, in terms of like hiding things in his pockets, in terms of like the girl like being able to pickpocket
Yes.
his coat. That was interesting, and I thought that was cool how that was sort of like flowed into the story, but wasn't like overwrought too much. It was like, okay, that's interesting that you can do that. Yeah. So the cloak was really cool. I really loved that aspect of the story.
You know what it reminded me? It reminded me of Constantine and his trench coat. You know, in the comic books, it's kind of, it's like a cape where it moves by itself, and it kind of enchanted to be sentient and move with him. That's what kind of that cloak reminded me of, right?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if she was actually inspired by that, because a lot of her, like her Instagram and socials or whatever, like, yes, it's about her writing and her books coming out, but there's also, like, concept art from other artists and that sort of stuff that she uses to kind of inspire her writing. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if that was a link there.
So that would be my positive too. Unfortunately,
You're just stealing my positives now.
No, that's all my positives. I mean, I would love to lie and just shove shit in, but that would be disingenuous, right? And that wouldn't be honest, right?
Yes, that's fair.
And,
okay, I have two other check marks.
Okay, see, I have some positives.
I got this.
I have some positives, though. You thought I had nothing. You thought I had nothing.
Well, I mean, I can tell by the tone of your voice when you pick up the phone. Before that, even the tone of your text.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is gonna be an interesting one. So I thought and I thought this actively while I was reading it, was the flow was good.
Yes.
Like everything happens sort of like one after the other. It's not like, okay, so we have this thing, and then we've got an unrealistic, like, sleep schedule happening, and we have a nice little feast over here, and then we go back into the action of, like, conveniently placed. Like, no. Everything is happening very quick fire succession. Because, like, I think if you create a story where you have world traveling in it, so, like, I could open up a portal in this wall and be anywhere, I feel like it has to be quick-paced.
Yes.
Because you can't just give, like, I hesitate to say villain, because he's not a villain, right? But you can't just give your, like, oh my gosh, I've forgotten the word for it now. But you can't just give your pursuant the same ability to pass through things. So, like, who's chasing you
yes.
as well, and not have it be like, okay, so we're going right now, and this thing's happening right now.
Yes.
And, like, as I come back, you're in the middle of a fight, and that makes sense because I dropped you in this world where, like, everyone's sniffing the magic off you, and you're not going to survive 5 seconds without me, and it's literally, like, maybe 5 minutes. Everything's happening, it feels like, in real time.
Yes.
So I liked that flow. I liked that it, like, you know, things picked up, and it got serious fast, and it kept on going.
Yes.
I thought that made a lot of sense, and I thought that was really good for the storytelling.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. You had kind of like a little chase going on, right? In the book.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, that was kind of cool. Okay, all right.
And my last check mark, I'll give it, is our antagonist, is Harlow, / Hollow. I know we get sort of introduced to him as Hollow because that's like his nickname or whatever, but his name is Harlow. I thought he was a very interesting character. I really would have liked to see more of that character building because, like, we've got a very trapped...
You and me both. You know?
Like, he's such an interesting character because he comes from this world which is, like, harsh.
Yes.
And he's got all of these crazy, insane powers. And then we learn, you know, he went for the throne, which is an interesting character trait to have done. knowing his powers and knowing he can, traipse through these worlds and everything.
Yeah.
And also the fact that he's been imprisoned and he's now, like, being controlled by these, the monarchs that are in this, that are, like, evil. But, like, also the fact that he does have some modicum of free will in that.
Yes.
It's just, he's a very interesting character.
Yes.
And I really liked sort of, I don't want to say, like, what he could be, because I think he was presented, like, I wish we could have seen more of him in the story, which is, like, it's unfortunate because if you see more of him, then obviously our protagonists are going to be in a lot more shit.
Yeah.
Kind of, what can you do with that? But
Yes.
I thought it was a really cool antagonist to have. I thought it was very much a great, like,
A
I
great
wouldn't even say
villain.
morally gray character,
Yeah.
because it's not even a gray character. He's kind of a bad guy,
Yeah,
but, like,
he is. He's very
not
bad.
all bad.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's my last check mark.
All right.
I'll let you go. I'll let you run free in the land of X's.
How many times have we commented on how a book starts is so important?
Yes.
City of Stairs, great example. In this book, we get introduced by everything in a bloody, like, he's there, he's reciting a letter, and you're like, okay, that's not very great. But it just goes on. And it just goes on. This errand boy keeps going, oh, I have to do this. I don't fucking care. I don't... Like, why are these writers doing this? You're you're whipping the piss out of me, as they say. And you're just being like, I don't care about this fucking book anymore. I just don't. Like, I have little tolerance for, like, books that just choose to sit in the mundane for as long as they can. And they think, this is a great way to open up the world. No, it's not. It's boring. I'm just sitting there listening to this guy and this king banter back and forth about this letter. And the king, and the kings, all the royalty, just, they don't get more interesting to me. They don't. They just get more boring and bland. Right? That's my first X.
Yeah.
I just don't like how this book starts. It just, like, whipping the piss out of me. I'm like, come on. Stop.
So, I mean, when you said that, I honestly was a bit confused because I didn't think that myself. So I did go back and sort of, like, flip through the first beginning bits. And, like, I see what you're saying. I wouldn't necessarily agree, just because in the first, like, 2 chapters, we're introduced to this concept of the cloak that he's got, the fact that he can travel in between different Londons, the fact that we've got magic here, and the fact that we've got royalty and we're engaging with these sorts of things. And, like, black market trade and all that sort of stuff. However, it isn't, you're not starting the scene in the middle of the action, as you would say.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, I think it's a trap that a lot of writers fall into because they don't want to overwhelm you with the concept of, like, with, how their magic concept works and how their worlds work and all that sort of stuff. They don't want to throw you into it in the deep end, but you kind of have to.
Yeah.
You have to trust your reader. And, like, that's also what, like, editors are for, Like,
Yes.
you need to have all this built up in your head and then go forth and write the action as it's happening. And then if it's truly not making any sense, then you kind of reel it back and bring in these scenes that make it make a little bit
Yeah.
more sense. But
Or
after
engaging.
you've
Engaging.
grasped the audience's attention.
Or just a little bit engaging. Just a little bit. Like, just, I'm not asking for the climax, right now. I'm not asking
Yeah, no,
for
of course
that.
not. That's not how
I'm
stories
just
work. But, like,
making
I
it-
agree with you there.
Like, you just open the... Okay. By the time that's done, you lost me. Like, I don't care about the cloak. I don't care about all this. It's just, you lost me. It's like, why are we starting the book here? I mean, I get it. I do. A book has to have some sort of starting point. But,
Yeah.
like Vicious started in an awesome way. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
god, I am so engaged. You know, Lee Bardugo, Shadow and Bones, The Crooked Kingdom. There's a commonality of all these. The Ninth House. It starts.
Yeah.
It starts somewhere, not nowhere. And where it starts literally in quicksand for me, and that's
Yeah.
it. Like, especially someone listening to that, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the thing that I think we're picking up on here is, oh, you know what? I can't even say that. Never mind.
Why?
Because I was gonna say that this book was one of her firsts.
Yes.
But I don't think it was. I think Vicious was actually written before this book.
It's like she
So
forgot what made Vicious so successful, and we jump into this
I don't
book.
know. I mean, like, I wouldn't say that.
I would say a lot of
this
Vicious
book
got
and
lost
these
in this book.
books have been wildly successful. So I wouldn't say necessarily that phrase exactly, but I would say that, you know,
Yeah.
it's certainly different from her other book and her other opening.
All right, that's my first
or her
X.
other opening.
That's my first X.
Fair enough.
I'll pass it over to you.
So my first X here is this, like, the forced relationship between the two characters that we have here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, okay, I will say it's not a forced relationship. It didn't feel forced. But I did not feel like we needed this, like, kiss for luck kind of thing.
Yes.
It felt not necessarily, I don't know, I'm struggling to say out of place, because I feel like, no, I can see these two characters definitely, that makes sense for them. But also, it was like, it didn't give anything to the story. It really
Yes.
felt like, oh yeah, no, of course, we've got a male and a female lead. Of course they're gonna make out.
Oh my god.
Right?
That's
Like it, and like when it happened too, because I was so annoyed, because I was like, God damn it!
yes.
We don't need it!
No.
Doesn't need to be here! Like, why?
I'll tell you why in my next X.
Okay. But yeah, that is my first X, was just that, like,
And it came out of nowhere too, right? That makeout came out of nowhere.
yeah, it definitely did. I think there was definitely, like, some aspect of it of, like, okay, they're teenagers, you know, there's this suave guy who comes on in, and, like, there's this whole thing, and they have a connection, and they're trauma bonding, basically. But in terms of storytelling and in terms of this story, I didn't feel like it was necessary.
Yes.
And it just bothered me. It like, not enough, because it wasn't like a huge, like, this is the thing, it wasn't really a romance subplot in it. That didn't really exist there. It was just something that they kind of threw in as like, oh yeah, FYI, these guys kind of fancy each other, so sure. But it was weird to me. It didn't feel necessary.
Yes. All right. So
yeah.
my next X, and I'm going to put it like this. It's like getting invited to a really fancy party. Like a really fancy party at, like, the King and Queen's palace. And you show up, and there's only 2 people there. And you're
Yeah.
the only one. What I'm getting at is this book is so hollow.
Yeah.
Is so incredibly hollow. And I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? Like, in Vicious, you had all the... It was so... The meat was there. You can chew on it for hours. I listened to it 3 times. I really, really enjoyed that take on anti-heroes. I really enjoyed it. But here, you had nothing. You had 2 characters. Oh, and you had the royal families, which, by the way, no one was remotely interesting. They were so paper thin in depth and character. Like I said, it's like showing up to a party where only 2 people are there. That's it. And that's very... I'm not saying this needs to be Game of Thrones. I'm not saying that at all.
No.
But you're having 4 Londons. 4 bloody Londons. Are you telling me you couldn't fill the world up with some characters? Like, I don't care. I don't care. Like, they don't have to be 3-dimensional. But something. Give me something to latch onto in this. And it just wasn't there. That's why I'm saying. It's like she took everything she learned from Vicious and what made that so successful in the sequel, and she just didn't apply it in this book. Not whatsoever. There's no... It's hollow. It's a hollow type of thing, environment. So that's my next... Actually, that's my last X. But it's a major one. It is. So I'll pass it over to you.
Very related. My last X as well. I wanted more character building. And mainly what annoyed me there was Astrid and I want to say Anton, but that sounds wrong. But like the two, the evil king and queen.
Yes.
What the fuck is their reason for being evil?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? They're just evil for evil's sake. They're just this big baddie that's thrown into the plot of like, oh, you know, they're drinking blood and they like to inflict pain and they want power. They want power. They want power. But where is the personality in that? Where is the like, oh, this person likes to torture people. Why? I know it's an uncomfortable question to ask yourself as a writer. You don't want to understand why someone would want to do that or why that provides them whatever it is. But I agree. It felt so hollow. You have these people that are running through these Londons, and it felt like, you know, you're a video game character running through NPCs. Like, you've got this beloved character of Baron who they both interact with. One of them as like sort of a semi-father figure, and one of them as someone who they've had a long time agreement with, and who also understands this sort of like magic in a world where not a lot of people understand it. So like, he's one person that like is that connected, and he dies like a brutal murderer.
Yeah.
And it's sad, but I'm not really affected by it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it just felt very like sand.
It's like
through
getting
your
a
fingers.
pizza, but there's only 2 slices, right? That's it.
I thought you were going to say it's like getting a pizza, but it's like only cheese.
Oh yeah,
And it's
or
not even
only,
like covered
only
in
crust.
cheese. It's
Yeah,
just
only
one
crust.
kind of cheese.
Yeah. Or there's no like tomato sauce, or it's just like, it's like Pizza
Yeah.
Hut. Oh.
It's like Pizza Hut pizza. Rough. No sponsorships today.
No.
But yeah, that's my last X. Is just I really wish there was more character building in that.
Yeah.
And like, there's small ways you can throw that in there. I thought the book was a good length. I thought it had a good like flow through it. There was good things about it, but it definitely needed some filling out with the characters specifically. Like, why should I care if this prince is dying? Why?
It's maddening
Why should
too,
I?
right?
You know, like it's annoying.
It's maddening because we just had Vicious. And we just had Vengeful.
Yeah,
which is
it's like,
Vengeful.
you did
It's
so
like,
well
fucking
here.
What
What the fuck is this over here?
Yeah, it's like she took all the lessons that made those and didn't apply it to this book.
Yeah.
It's baffling. It really, really is. And I'm finding this over and over where there's not like more oversight, like editing or someone rereading this. right? Like, where are those people?
I don't know. You know what? I think what might have happened with it, because I'm reviewing my notes in terms of like her career, and like so in 2013, like she had a story, like Vicious came out, and then she was also publishing the rest of Vicious. We've got the third one that is on its way. We've actually got 3 in the works, but in 2015. She published this book as the first of I think, now I can't verify this 100%, but like I think this is the first book deal that she signed with Tor Books for a 2-book deal with this book. And it's like she wasn't selling a manuscript. She got, like the publishing company came to her and bought a contract for 2 books to be published.
Yes.
So that happened in 2014. In 2014, she had a lot going on. There was like off of Vicious, there was Ridley Scott production company bought the story for Vicious. She published other books, and then she got this deal. So it's like, okay, so all of this is happening at the same time, and then now she's got to produce a book. It's not that she's already got a book in the go. It's that she's got to produce a book. So she's going to pick an idea, and she's going to get an idea out in a year. She writes books like crazy. She publishes at least a book a year, at least, which is insane. But like, if not that, 3 or 4. So, like she's off of this huge sweep, published in 2011. She's graduated, from 2011 to 2015. That's only 4 years that she's been publishing, and she's getting great acclaim, and she's getting successful and all that sort of stuff. I think potentially, obviously I don't want to make comments on whatever's going on in someone's life and how an author is writing and that sort of stuff, but potentially with Vicious, there was a lot more skin in the game putting that out there as like, I think her second or third book that was put out there. And it had a lot more punch to it, and it's, versus this book, which was already paid for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
There's no fight. Like, she's just releasing it. She already got paid. But that just makes it more frustrating.
I don't necessarily think she didn't try. I just think the process of actually writing it and pushing it out wasn't as thorough.
Yes.
And therefore,
you
we
might
don't
be
have
correct,
as thorough a book.
That's fair. That's fair.
If I'm going to give her an excuse, that seems like a viable one.
Yeah, that logical. All right, LB, yay or nay? Recommend or not recommend?
I'm not sure. I liked the book, but I wasn't crazy about it.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm gonna go with, because the thing is I can't bring myself to say don't read that book. If someone picks it up, I'm not gonna smack it out of their hands.
Yes.
Maybe you have a different response, but but I'd go with a soft recommend, just in that, like, I'm not raving about this book. I'm not telling all my bookish friends, like, go out, read this book. Oh my God, it's so good. But I'm also, like, I'm going to connect with them on it if they are already reading it. Like, oh yeah, I read that. Tell me what you think. So, soft recommend. Soft positive for me.
I'm not going to recommend this
I know.
book. If
we can have a split opinion.
I know.
Break my heart.
But if you come to me and want a VE Schwab book that is incredible, that is just amazing, that you will read over and over again, the Vicious series, right? Vicious,
100%.
Vengeful, and don't read this book. Don't read this book. If you love Vicious, you're not going to like this book. You're just not.
I mean, it's very different. I'd say even different. Just like stylistically, like thematically, like it's very different.
Oh, it's very different for sure. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to not recommend, which is sad because I love this author.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let us know what you thought of this episode down below. And now we turn the page to next month, which is August, and that is going to be.
We are going to be covering the Daughters of Nri.
Wait, what?
Which
The
is
Daughters of Nri?
Nri, which is
Marie.
NRI. You're going to hate me for the names, but...
Oh my god.
Do you want to hear
Marie.
the snippet?
Marie, right? So the Daughters of Marie. So MRI. All right. That's
NRI. N as
Marie.
in Nancy.
Okay. All right.
Nri. NRI. I'll message you, and we'll do our little record thing.
Yeah. All right.
But
yeah.
It's I'm intrigued. It's being recommended by a lot of people I know.
Oh no.
It's it's got gods, it's got goddesses, it's got twins separated at birth. We've got self-discovery.
Oh.
We've got adventure, and it's. I think it's going to be interesting.
Okay, I'm down.
I'm cautiously curious for sure.
All right. Okay. So that's going to be in August. The Daughters of Nri. So tune in for that. But before we go, we have to do caveman growls. And in the studio is Alan Keys, and he's going to fix us some people to give growls out to.
You'd think. I don't see anybody. Meta, it's not liking me.
Okay. All right. I'm just like, that's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's not really fine. I'm sure.
I have a question, though.
Yes.
Where do you guys get these books? Like, you do audiobooks, and Lily, you do...
Yeah. So I take a look at the audio version. And the audio version is so much more boring, I'm sure, than what she read. But LB probably has, she has a bookstore that she goes to. Right, LB?
Yeah, so, I mean, it depends on the book sometimes. But for the past little while now, because before when we first started doing this, we would sort of do a little bit of a conversation between us both. Like, I would recommend one, then you would recommend one, and we'd sort of go back and forth, or if there was one
she's
that I
our
really wanted to do
showrunner
or
now.
whatever.
She's the boss.
Now I'm showrunner, so it's all on me.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the season, well, actually, at the end of the previous season, when we have a month off, I take that month and I collate all of my TBR, which is like a forever ongoing list that will never get finished. That is okay. I actually have a TBR shelf in my house, and it's just cycling through. But so I take my TBR and I go through all of the books, and I see, okay, which ones would fit for this show. Yeah. And then I collate a list of okay, which ones are actually available on Audible in Canada. So then I kind of narrow my things down, and I have a whole big through list. And then from that, I kind of stylistically go through and pick, okay, so January vibes. And then I don't want to have one that's going to be, I don't want to be reading Dark Academia 3 months in a row. So if I've got, 2 Dark Academia books that are on my list, I'm going to separate those out, and I sort of go through the list and bump around like that.
Yeah, and the reason why it's called Redemption is because last season was really
it was pretty bad.
It was really bad.
It was pretty bad.
It was bad. It was bad. It was pretty bad. It was.
I mean, it was good shows, but
yeah,
I hated reading most of the books.
Sparkles fell asleep one episode.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
No! You didn't tell me that! That is harsh. That is so harsh. There's nothing worse than just, wow, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's redemption, because I gotta redeem myself, clearly. My job's on the line.
So it's not going so well, but it's going
well.
better than last
a
season.
couple really good books
for
this
sure,
year.
For sure.
Fuck. God, so harsh.
Well,
Because the last one wasn't good.
having listened to this show, I want to read that other book you recommended.
Vicious, yeah.
Vicious.
Vicious.
Vicious is really good. You should definitely read it.
Yeah, it's the
See, this book is not going to
Boys?
get that recommendation.
the boys, but it's more intense.
Whoa.
So yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely an anti-hero, like, thriller kind of vibe.
Yeah.
It's nice.
yeah. All right, guys.
But yeah, in terms
Oh,
of where I actually get them, I get them from my local bookshop, Books on Sea. And if they don't have it, I ask them to order it in, and depending on their ordering cycle, I might go to the other bookshop in town, which is the big bookshop in town.
yeah.
So it depends. I also like going to bookshops as just a pastime
Yes.
because I'm clearly a very cool person. So if I go to a bookshop and I know I've sort of got a list in my head and they have one of those books, then I'll just pick that up.
All right, guys. So we want to know what you thought down below in the comments section, and we will see you next week. Now, next week for the next 3 to 4 weeks, it's going to be a 2-day schedule temporarily, just temporarily, until Alan Cheese gets back. Not he won't be gone too long. I'm sure the studio Sarah will miss him dearly because they always get along greatly, right, Alan? You'll miss Sarah?
It is a love-hate relationship. It's passionate.
Yeah.
It's a passionate relationship.
All right, guys. So, until we see each other again, take care, be safe, be well, and we love you all! 50,000 plus, and may the Schwartz be with you. Peace.